Victoria's famed Golden City, Ballarat, a part of the national network of ABC television.
Oh, come on, come on. So waiting for Electrosound. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? This is bizarre. This is bizarre. Are we live? 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 Okay, I've got a nasty echo here for some reason. And YouTube is not showing the Well, this is really strange. Where's the echo coming from? Amplifier's not on. It's not showing that it's live here. It's got an echo on it. It's really strange. Where's the echo coming from? Internal. Is that? Is that any better? Is that any better? Fault. Try that one. Is that any better? I don't know. Try that one. Is that any better? That seems to have fixed it, I think. That seems to have fixed it, I think. I'll show you what's going on. We can screen capture. Is that going to do that? No. Can't show the. Yeah. I'll show you. Well, that seems to fix it anyway. So we'll carry on. It's pretty hard to fix it anyway. So we'll carry on. I'll just turn the phone down and yeah, I don't know what is going on there. If you can tell me if we've got good sound or not. Yeah, it seems to be all right through the phone, but yeah, it's anyone's guess. Is it's just not showing the actual stream in YouTube. I don't know what they've done or what I've done. It keeps on saying in the software that it's not connected, but it obviously is. Anyway, so we'll carry on with this. Now, last time I think we got a little way with it and did the capacitors. The belts still haven't turned up. So, I mean, that one is disastrously bad there. I can show you down here. So, is that going? There we go. And even the comments aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Right. This is just this is such a simple mechanism in this, but if we lift this up, I don't know whether you can see, bring it down as usual. It's this belt here. You can see the slackness in it, and it's just not, I mean, it is turning the wheels, but it, when it's running, it's not actually doing very much. And that, yeah, it's just far too slack. So, and I think we looked last time for a another belt for this, but we didn't have the right size. So I've actually ordered some, and yeah. Now that is really hard to turn backwards, which is good. Okay, so we're going to continue capping this down here, and we'll fully restore it, I think. And yeah, so we've done a couple of caps, one here, two there. So he puts his hand in front of it, two there, and this one over here, and we've got a whole bunch. So I'll bring this camera down. There we go. Yeah, so we've got a whole bunch down in through here. One of which is right underneath here. You can't see that because the wires are in the way, but it's underneath this mechanism here, and yeah, shouldn't be too difficult to do, but just have to be fairly careful. I mean, I did a AI thumbnail for this earlier, and it's sort of quite bizarre. It's sort of missing whoops, it's missing down. Oh, actually, no, that's a pretty good representation, actually. Oh no, it's got all this gunk stuff down here, and it's sort of, yeah, I might show it to you later. It's sort of quite amusing, but it's got the actual machine right and everything like that, so it's really improving in great leaps and bounds, AI. Right, so we'll turn the soldering on. I've done a couple of valve radios this week, or I've done one and started on others, hence I haven't cleaned up in here. I was down in Melbourne yesterday, very, very nearly bought a what looks like a black box, which Don has done in the last couple of weeks, and it's sort of an upright thing. It's probably just looking at a couple of things here. It's probably about, what's 2 feet, 80 centimeters wide. It's got a built-in permanent speaker, and then there's another speaker hanging off the left-hand side, and it's got one of those tilt-down turntables. So yeah, I almost bought it, and it wasn't that heavy. We could have easily got it on the train home. Okay, so this one here is underneath all these wires, of course. I never expected these to be actually recapped, I don't think. I'll get rid of the case before I crack it. Yeah, I just don't know what's going on with the YouTube stuff. It's got me bamboozled. Okay, so this one is negative towards this, and it is a, what's the value on it? In fact, I'll turn on the solder vacuum. Should have done this before, shouldn't I? And this time I won't leave it on for 3 days. Who knows what my electricity bill is going to be like leaving that on. Yeah. So this one is not marked. So it's got the Panasonic thing there. Is that it there? Oh yeah. So it's a 33 microfarads at 6 volts, or is it a 3.3? No, they got the 3 quite close together. On some of these Panasonic caps, you can't tell whether it's a 3.3 or a 33 because the little dot, the decimal separator, doesn't really show up very well. Yeah. So yes, and I ordered a whole bunch of motor run caps too, and they've arrived, and they seem to be working satisfactorily in a couple of machines. So we'll do, if we run out of things to do on this machine, we'll do the was it a 352, a 3-head Sony. It's only a deck, doesn't have any amplifier or anything like that in it. Okay. And yeah. So this is sort of going to be quite awkward to work on. I don't think that's going to make any difference. So it's down here. This big blob of solder. This is blocked up already. Well, it's definitely one of them. You can feel the heat off of it. Oh, damn. Always doing that. Come on. That's better. Right, now we've got it properly on there. Is that doing that? Don't think that's it actually. It's got to be it. That's got to be one of them. It's a bit too far down. I think it's in this blob over here. Although it's getting very hot. So maybe it's up here. Definitely not that. In fact, you're on the wrong camera, aren't you, over the other side? So let's have a look. Yeah, it's this one. Over there. Aha. Yep. So it is this one. We've got a very loose. Oh, that's definitely it. That's getting very hot. Yep. And our other one is going to be over here. Or is it? Must be over there. We've got that one. Now, I'll just... I don't know what I forgot to do. I've forgotten to change the tip. Don't need this great big chisel tip on here. But we certainly don't need it at 380 degrees. Let's bring that down. It's better. Right. So, lifting the trace again. Come on. Stop sticking to the trace. I think this is going to be tricky because these traces don't seem to be stuck down very well. I noticed that last week. Where's my solder stuff? Yeah, I bought a couple of new pairs of these because they've been discontinued. They're not in the current catalogue or the new catalogue. And I also bought a couple of rolls of solder stuff. This stuff. Yeah. This has become very cheap lately. I don't know why. It used to be quite expensive. Actually, I should go and get the other stuff. This is way too thick. We'll see how we go with it. It's out in the kitchen as usual. Clear everything up out there, and then I suddenly decide to do a tape recorder or something like that, which is far too big for this bench. Yeah, so I might actually just do this down here. That is still lifting up. Okay, we'll chop that off. And that is definitely, no, it's still lifting. Okay. Okay, we're out. Yeah, that is a real problem with these older boards. So that is the negative. And our positive is going to be over there. And another great big huge blob of solder. And I'm going to have to change my tip. That is way too big. Yeah. It's that one. No, this one. So just okay. Right, and go on there very carefully. Don't like doing that because the temperature suddenly drops down to 100 degrees and then has to reheat. So it's got a sensor in the for the tip. Excuse me. Right, so that should be better. And we're back up to temperature again. Yeah. Which one is it? So, yeah. Yeah, this is definitely too thick, this solder wick. Wow. This is ridiculous amount of time just to change a capacitor. Is that even it? It's got to be it. Yeah, that is it, but no, still not coming out. Come on. What? Come on. I'm going to have to chop it off again. It's just bent in a little loop for some reason. Right. Finally got that out. So it's a... I've got grease all over my fingers all of a sudden from something. Okay, so 470 at 16. This one 47, and this is, yeah, it's a resistor. Okay, so I'll have a look for a 33 at, what's it, 6.3. Yeah, it's not giving me any feedback. Okay, 33 at 16. Six point three. We've got any 6.3s. 16. I think 16's the smallest they make now. That's a 6.3, but they haven't got many of those left. It's all right. Okay, so negative towards that way. Hopefully that went in and not lifted the track. That'll do. Right. Bend that one back up there. From whence it came. And have I got my thin solder here? No. Okay, oh yes, I have. Good. Yes. I was chit-chatting to an interstate friend and I could have cleaned this up and got ready, but we chatted for longer than expected, or longer than I realised. Good. Okay. Move those, they'll burn, but you never know. Okay, right, so I'll go and get the other solder stuff. That looks, maybe, oh, that's right, very loose. It's just sort of sitting in a funny angle. I'll just go and get the solder wick. I think I know where it is. If it's not there, I'll be back anyway. Right. So I've got a couple of different widths. This one, that's 3, 2.5. So this one's 3, which is the existing one, 2.5 and 1. So 1 is more suitable for this, I think, instead of the actual 3 mil. That's another date on that, 6/23, and it's so that's almost 6 months ago they got that in. Would have thought more people would buy this stuff. Perhaps they don't realise that's quite small. Really needed 1.5, but they didn't have any. That's probably why it's been sitting on the shelf. Yeah, this one's 126. Yeah. Which brings me to another gripe, if as it were. Everybody has stopped selling. Where did? Oh no, it's all right. That's okay. So it goes over there. That's right. Everybody has stopped selling 5-inch speakers. They don't seem to make them anymore. So, yeah. And J-Car, in their wisdom, are only selling small bottles of isopropyl, 98 or 99.8%. And their 1 litre bottles are now 67% or 57% or something low like that. So our next one, I don't know. I'm just deciding whether to battle with this one in here with pliers and tweezers and things. Yeah, there's a slight risk we won't have that value or anything suitable for it. I can't see it because it's on the other, the writing is on the other side, right down inside there. Down in there. Oops. Yeah, it's down in there. Okay. So let's work from the other end. Now, this mess of wires, so it's a 47 at 16, and it's right underneath everything. I'm going to break this meter off if I'm not careful. In fact, should I take it off? Yeah, I might take that off. So it's just sort of flapping around the breeze and it's going to get broken. So I'll just take a picture of that. And good. Okay. one and geez, enough wire on the end of that underneath all the solder. So that's the meter for it. It's going to focus. No, there we go. This camera, if something is small in front of it, so it's Sankyo. Yeah, Sankyo. 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 Sorry to all the Japanese people out there. Right. Now that is a little bit easier. And this one is right under all these. So we've got, actually, doesn't look too bad. We're careful. There's these wires going very close underneath through a hole. Try not to burn those. So again, I'll take some photos. Good. Come on. Right. Okay. And I realized when I got the delivery that Wes, the company I got it from up in Sydney, for the motor run caps, they also stock all these parts as well for these Heiko gizmos. Again, the traces are coming off. So what I'll do is I'll actually chop these off. Yeah, come on. And you cutting. Here we go. I'll put these out of the way. I promise one day you'll see a tidy bench. It's just that I do stuff and then I push myself and then I get really tired at the end of it and then I can't, I'm too tired to actually clean everything up. So it came out that way. Oh, I know why I didn't do this. Is bipolar. 47 at 16 bipolar. Might measure that and we'll see if it's okay. And I fixed this as well, and it's sort of gone back to being broken again. Do the good one first. And it's not actually broken as such, but it's just not grabbing. Uh, 76, so it does need replacing. It's twice what it should be. I wonder what if I've got. I'm pretty sure I don't have any 47 bipolars. And I could have got one yesterday if I'd thought about it. Not a great brand, but not a bad brand like Suntan. Lelon caps they sell at Alltronics. So 47 at 16. I'm pretty sure I don't have a bipolar one of those. No. Okay. J-car it is. What a nuisance. Yep. I should have looked at that, shouldn't I, before I pulled it out. Remember we stopped it last week. Okay. So I'll put that aside somewhere safe. And I'll get one tomorrow or Tuesday. Okay. Why does everything get so knotted up without you even touching it? And it's all knotted up there as well. Okay, I'll put that over there. Next is going to be this one. We'll check its value to make sure we've got one. Okay, again it's hidden. Okay, no, that's a 47 at how many volts? I've got plenty of 47, 16 I think, 10. So that's all right. Got something very close to that. 47 at 10, 47 at 16. 47 at 25. Where? Right in front of me, under my nose. So we've got them here. Again, I don't know why I'm using good quality audio caps for this, but we'll see. Right, so this one is over here. And right below these wires. got two. Where's the cap? Oh, maybe not. Might be able to get away with it. And which way is it polarized? So it's positive towards the sockets. Again, it's going to be very tight getting the solder off of that. And I should empty this too. Hopefully that's it. And that has lifted again. Yeah, it's just too strong, that. Wish there was an adjustment for the suction on that. Is that it? A horrible feeling that's not it. No. Something else above it, resistor or something. Okay, so that's one. It's right under the green wire. So I'll snip that off. And possibly do that. An awkward. Don't really want to take the wires off. Okay. And of course this transmits the heat a lot quicker than the thicker stuff. It's going to be very awkward. Good. Geez, that's getting hot. Okay, so the hole is cleared, but not the actual component. There we go. It should be loose. And yeah, that is really hot. Let's wait for that to cool down a bit. Have we got anything on the other side? And I did sort of burn the wires, not touching, but they're melted. Must be down here, is it? Is it here? I'll try that one. Maybe not. So that one. We'll do this one. We'll suck it and see. It looks like it might be there, but that is still hot. And that is definitely it. Try not to flick boiling solder into my face. Really helps to be ambidextrous with this. It's still really hot. It's going to get hotter again. Come out. Okay. So positive there. Okay. Chop these partially. It's got the wires right next to them. Do that one. And another one bites the dust. Looks good. Put that down again. I think we're clear on that one. Okay, I'm going to have a bit of a nibble of my dinner, which is a bowl of cereal with fruit. Already eaten 3/4 of it. Okay, good. Do our next one, which is 16 volts, 10 microfarads. And this one is well clear of everything. So there, might be there. So there's nothing below it, and negative is pointing up this way. Yeah, this is sort of the end of I'm going to just put that other one I've just taken out. So these are marked on both sides, positive and negative. They were sort of doing all sorts of random things at this stage. Some 1967, 68, 69. So that is at the bottom. So it's going to be that one. One over there maybe. Is that it? No. It's definitely that one. Is it that one? Better not. It can't be that one. It's got to be this one. No. It's definitely this one though. Oh no, it's this one up here. Interesting. Is it this one then? No. Over here. Yeah, it's definitely that one. Move that out of the way. Okay. Right. So, right, where's that? It's the wrong stuff, but doesn't matter. So we're clear of the wiring for now. Okay. Right. It's really hot, but come out. And we're losing this trace. Don't do that. And we're out. I think. Oh, it is that one. Where's that one? It's definitely that one. So that one is out. And it's over here. I thought it was over there to start with, and then heated that terminal up there and it burnt my finger, so I don't know what's going on with this. And this is really lifting. Yeah, that's definitely it. Out. Some of these have got particularly long leads on them. That is interesting. I got my finger on the right. No. Oh, bugger. Got my finger on the transistor, not the component, and the component's fallen out. Bugger. Oh well. Nice warm transistor anyway. Right. And that was a 10, so 47, and I do, so it's 470, we don't need those. So we've got 10 at, so that's 16, 10 at 16, yeah. And I really should mark the polarity on these. So I've forgotten which way that goes around. Yeah, definitely forgotten which way it goes around. Which isn't good. Right down in there. Just trying to think. Which way was it? Was it that way? I think it was that way. So I couldn't. No, I could read it. Yeah, we'll try that way. These traces going to be the end of me. Good. So I'm not going to trim this one off once I've done it, so I know that it could be the wrong way round. Come on. Right. And good. I should clean this gun out. Or it blocks up completely. Next, I mean, this should be dead straightforward, this, but it's proving not to be. Okay, so this one is negative out, and of course underneath these wires. In fact, I can unclip that. Get them right out the way. So this one is down here somewhere. Probably one of these around here. Better not be one of the ones I've just soldered up. Just want to put it past them. And this is such a simple design. I guess being mono, it helps we reduce the complexity quite a bit, but no. Doesn't feel like it's that. That is way too far up. No. It's got to be. Around there somewhere. Maybe it's over here more. Feels like it. Yep, that's one of them. This one? No. That feels heat-wise like it. There's something under there. No. Chop this one off. And this one? It's got to be one of these. So this one over here. Can't be that one over there. Can it? Could be. That feels looser, but it's not heating up. It's got to be this one. Or is it underneath? Oh, yeah, it's definitely that one. I can feel the heat. It's just not moving. Why isn't it moving? Maybe it's not. Oh no, it is under that one. So I'll put this one back down again. It's funny, it's moving the heat across to another one. Now, forget. So negative goes that direction towards me. Come out. Okay. Right. Come out easily now. I can really zip through these on some boards, but other boards you have to be so careful. So negative towards me. And this one is another 33 at 6.3. So I'll put a 16 in, we've got plenty of those. Leave that over there, might be a couple more. Right. It's a bit shorter. Don't need to be as long as they were. Clean all this up in the morning. Okay. Okay, good. Everything's back where it should be. Why are those sticking up? Is that? Yeah. That's all right. Can put this wire back. Put it down. I think it's, no, it won't be in the way ever again. And our next one is here, and it looks like, I can't read it, it's on the wrong side. And it's going to be in that big blob of solder, is it? Or maybe not. Doesn't feel like that. It's just in this big blob. Yep. Where are you? Nothing in that hole. Is it this one? Definitely that one. It's going to be either of these two then. So otherwise it won't be close enough. That feels like it, heat-wise. So we'll chop that one off. We lift the trace. I'm still going to lift the trace by the looks of it. Not careful. And there's our negative. Yeah, it's still oh, it goes way over. Maybe it's over there. Interesting. Okay, it's on the volume control, or the tone control. Never expected that. I hope it is. Okay. It's definitely it. Okay. goes. And going to come out. No, still soldered in. That one's definitely out. Check polarity. So negative down. And we're out. So positive is the long one, and this is a 1 at 50. 1 at 50. And of course, I go through millions of these. I have to make this as long as possible. And yep, 1 at 50. And so we've got to get this over underneath here, underneath the volume control. Just about do it. And into there. I think that'll work. No. Okay. Too long. Yeah, these have got glue and stuff over the knob. So I'm going to have to bend this at a funny angle to get it in. Get that negative in first, and then try and get the positive in underneath it. Is that going to go? I need to take these off and have a closer look without losing this. Get the positive in first. Bend that over. Yep. That's pretty much how it was. That's actually good. And Solder this in. I buy those one at 50s in lots of 50 now, lots of 100. Oh bugger, just fallen out. Should have done the other one first. Okay. Yeah, this is so fiddly. I've practiced at it now, I think. There we go. Yeah, now it can't fall out. Bend that down. Yeah, stop picking things up. Yep. Okay. Try again. Soldering that. So that has to go across, and it's not supposed to short anything. I don't think that's shorting out. Of course, the cords have knotted themselves up, as usual. Don't know how they do that. Very sneaky. I don't know how they got knotted around there. Anyway, so just want continuity on this one. No. Good. All good on that one. Put this away. Don't need it anymore. Well, not tonight anyway. Okay. Ooh. Chemical hazard. What's happened there? Have to find out about that, won't we? There is Vic Emergency. Incidents. Chemical hazard, Mitchell Park, Wendouree. I don't know whether you can read that or not. Definitely not with the camera being out of focus. But I'll go across the other camera. Right. Come on, focus. That's very strange. Stay informed. Well, it's not going to affect anything over here. And you can see it's 7:47 in the evening and there's a chemical hazard 2 minutes ago at Mitchell Park. Very interesting. Okay, back to this. And I think we can do one more, which is reasonably easy to get to. Yeah, the other ones I'm going to have to take bits off of this machine, and that involves bending springs and doing all sorts of nasty things to it. So we'll just do this one. And I think we can get to this one. Just about. So it's down there. Yeah, this spring is going to have to come off as well. And that is well and truly hooked on. Yeah. Don't think I can do very much more without disassembling it. And I don't want to do that this evening. Is that spring just moving? It's just so simple mechanically. Yeah. Okay. Right. Now that is not going to come off easily. And nor is the other spring on the other side. It is, although it's a little bit easier, this one. Push that. Yeah, these are sort of looped around holes. I don't know how they've done that, but they have. So it's right underneath this here, which isn't a problem getting these two out, but they're going to be underneath this spring over here. And that is a problem. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one for tonight. And I don't know. And we'll have a look at the other tape recorder, which I'm working on. I'm working on about 5 at the moment. Plus a couple of cassette decks. So there, and 4 of them are waiting on belts, including this one. So I'll just move this over. And have we got enough room here? Probably not. And I'll have to go and get the blocks of wood. They're out in the kitchen. So I'll clear all this up. Don't need the torch. It's the other solder wick. Don't need that for the moment. Move those. That's part of the Revox. And so we don't want to lose that. We'll crush it. Move the Lazy Susan. And I'll be back in 2 seconds. Just having a bit of a drink. I shall return. Yes, these tape recorders need to be lifted up because the fan protrudes. And if you just lay it flat, the chassis, the fan will hit the sort of the surface and it won't turn, which means the motor won't turn. Okay, and my head is probably in the way. Right. Now, this one, I've put a new motor run capacitor in it, and I've done nothing else to it. So, because there's no amplifier in it, you're not going to hear anything from it, but yeah, that's going to need a new plug on it at least. I mean, the cord seems okay if it hasn't sort of started to disintegrate, which they do, and they sort of go all this green liquid comes out of them as the PVC sort of breaks down and reacts with the copper wire. Okay, I'm about to turn it on. So there's no lights or anything which come on, but the motor should be turning, which it is. So yeah, they're very, very quiet, these machines, when they're just sitting. Yeah, I might actually put a pilot light in it. And there is record light, but yeah, you just don't know when it's plugged in and switched on. Now, that's plastic there. I'm a bit close, aren't I? Yeah. Okay. So that's that in its beauty. I think these are from about 1970 or something like that. They're sort of half replaced by the 366, 377, 388 and 399, but these are a completely different chassis. These are sort of the last of the old 1960s designs. I've got two of these, and I've got two of the 252s, and that they're only a two-head machine. So this is erase, record, and playback. So erase, record, playback. And yeah, I don't know. That looks pretty worn, that record head. Maybe not. Maybe it's just, yeah, that's just light shining on it. The other one isn't as good cosmetically, so I don't know which one to get rid of as such, or which one to strip down it for parts. Okay, this was working on Friday when I replaced the motor run cap, excuse me. Yeah, it's very, very sluggish. Yeah, so it's slowing down. It's on 7.5 inches per second. So first thing I might do is clean the, well, I did clean those and they're pretty dirty again. And that was stuck in there. Wonder if that's been fiddled with. Looks like it's got its original paint on it. Yeah, that's all right. Okay. And that's sort of stuck up in there. Interesting. Remember, power's on. So I'll just put this out the way. Yeah, you've got to be careful without the face plate on it, because if it falls down there, it gets tangled around all the wheels. Okay. Grab a couple of cotton buds or wool tips or beauty tips or Q-tips or cotton buds or whatever they're called. Come on. Doesn't matter if it gets on the tape because it's the back of the tape anyway, and it's, yeah, that's a bit dirty. And it evaporates in a couple of seconds anyway. How do we get in there? Yeah, that head looks worn. That is definitely worn. So it might be a case of swapping the heads over. Can't remember the history of this. Can't remember whether I got this one from the deceased estate or whether it was given to me many years ago. I haven't actually worked on either of these machines. Now that is really grotty, that roller, but it's just a roller. And it looks like the pressure pad is sort of missing from this. Looks like it's worn. And yeah, another machine, the 250 I think it was. We spent about 3 hours on Friday afternoon just trying to get the pressure right on it. And we still haven't got it right. It's fantastic in one channel and totally muffled in the other. And this pinch roller is quite hard and looks like it has never been cleaned. I just want one machine, which I'm not too worried about, to play back some of the tapes. Oh gee, that is really filthy. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what it does now. And that is, yeah, that is rock solid. And this tape's beginning to disintegrate too. Interesting. Oh, it's quieting down now. No, it's definitely the gubbins in here. We did do some oiling on this. That is running a bit quicker, isn't it? It's beginning to pick up speed. Okay. Let's start to take it apart, or start to actually clean it is what I'm meant to say. So we will move this time because I'm about to spray nasty stuff in there. Some clutch and brake cleaner. Just dissolve all this grease off. And the motor spins quite well. It hasn't been used very much on 7.5, but this here, I forgot what it's called now. It's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, that's all covered in muck. So it's definitely been run on 1 7/8 and 3 3/4 all its life. What are these like? Yeah, they're reasonably hard as well. Okay. So we did do the oiling. There's a big lump of grease there. No, it's penetrating oil. Shouldn't really do this at night because it'll stink the house out. Ugh. Wow, that's a lump of grease. If ever I did see some. And it's rock solid. Another lump of grease, and that's rock solid as well. Go through a lot of these cotton buds. Doing this. Wow. Yeah. This definitely needed a degrease. I think I might take that off actually. So I've got a break there. And that looks okay. Don't normally do these machines on this bench. Usually do them on the kitchen bench. I can stand up and walk around it and get to different spots. But wow. Yuck. There's a little lump underneath there. And that is well and truly stuck in there. in some of that stuff. Right. He's beginning to free up. But I'll have to take all this head block off and clear underneath the... I mean, that's not spinning too badly. But the 250, that spins for about 5 minutes, literally. It's amazing. It's the best machine I've ever come across. For such a basic machine, it's not very high up in their model range. It does sound very good. Yeah, we're still spinning. And this probably won't have done much for the speed of it, but no. Something is dragging on with this. And of course the right meter is not working. Every machine with these meters in it, and there's quite a few of them, the right channel sticks. I don't know why, but it does. And it's definitely moving a bit better. This will have to come off, and we'll do that next. We can turn this off. We're not doing any more soldering tonight. What? Yeah, this head block. So on this one there's two there, and then there's two down in there. Got a big screwdriver here. I do, but it's a blade, not a crosshead. This will do. Do this one down here first. And this is sort of balanced on this wood. Okay. I think they tacked this part on the end of this plate because it can't get easily to the screw. Don't tell me this is going to be a problem. I think it is. No, these are actually loose. Someone's already been in here. So this is probably the one from the deceased estate. Every screw on every machine which I've got from down there has been loose. That one was loose. And this one, of course, is tight. Okay. Support this weight. Oh no, I don't actually have to take the one off. I think it's this one down here. That one is loose. And I can see really gummed up grease down here. These might have been X3BA machines. I found a couple more 3BA bits and pieces too. And a very interesting 3XY Rocktober promotion. Except the tape is literally falling apart. There's something else holding it at this end. I can't remember. All of these is just a little bit different. I don't know if it's grease holding it. There is actually a... I think that whole mechanism should come off. Yeah. It's got a switch on the bottom of it. We've got a C-clip inside there. Something definitely at this end. Wonder if I can see a grub screw down in there. Wonder if I can... It is coming apart, but there's definitely something attached to this. I want to do that grub screw. Use this one. Can we get in there? Are we supposed to get in there and do this one? Yeah. This will be tight. There we go. Yeah. As soon as I put pressure on it, it moves. Oops. Well, it's not going to move now, is it? No. No. Don't think this is meant to come off. No. I'm not going to get that off easily. What about the C-clip? Am I going to regret taking that off? Quite probably. Can't remember how to need the exploder diagram. with this one as well, but let's attach the flywheel, and that comes up. So we want to get underneath the flywheel to do the slip bearing. So that is spinning much better now. And can I actually move this to get to the slip bearing? No. Oh geez, there's so many springs and levers underneath here. I can see some very, very dry grease down in there. Big lumps of it. I can see that. Yeah, that's just a little bit of it. Need to get a cloth or something. Am I going to get down into that slip bearing? I can see it. Grab a bit of paper towel or a tissue or something. Yeah, still saying connect your encoder, yet it is streaming. Right, let's get some of this grease out from here. Don't know if I can get right in there. Yeah. And this is pretty covered in dried grease. How am I going? Oh, excuse me. How am I going to get that down in there? We've got that. Oh, got hiccups now. Excuse me. In fact, I can have a look at the head more clearly. Excuse me. Actually, it's not as bad as... Oh, excuse me. I'm going to be hiccuping for the next 5 minutes. It's not as bad as I thought it was. It is slightly worn, but the gaps are quite clear on it. And the record head has not worn, oh, excuse me, evenly, but the gaps are okay. There's no scratching on that, and the edges of the guides are pretty bad. I'm going to have to get a brush into that and do those. Yeah, and the tape pull on this edge is really worn. Not so much on this one, but this side here is really worn. Yeah. So it's had a good few hours. Probably, as I say, in 3BA. These were reasonably inexpensive compared to some of their others. And yet there were 3 heads. Yeah. And underneath there, yeah, that's going to need to come right off. And I can't really quite see what is holding it. Okay. So, what would these hiccups going to be the end of me? I always had managed to get hiccups. Okay, doesn't matter about the cord. How did that get a knot in it? It's ridiculous. Okay. Oh, I see. We got a thing to hold that in. This is the switch on the back of it. And yeah, that might be it. And someone's been at this screw before, and yeah, it wasn't tight. It was tight, but not super tight. Let's try moving it. The switch shaft is still connected to the is it meant to come through? But that is definitely easier than that was definitely easier than it was before. And we'll try and get this grub screw loose. The shaft might stay in one place, but no, that's not going to come loose without a fight. Let's try some penetrating oil in there. Not there. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, there's another one on the other side as well. Okay. Yeah, that is going to be a real pain to adjust when it goes back in. Sure, there's a way of pulling this whole thing off without disassembling that. It's definitely there. It's got to come off. I wonder if we take this screw out, and that goes through to that. That's not connected to anything on the other side. So if we take this screw out, maybe. Just the bracket for the switch, but it might slide. Okay, it's got quite a bit of adjustment on it. So I'm going to slide off. Yes. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Is that going to come off? No. No. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, that is that. And our shaft comes out. That has got so much gunk on it. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay, here we go. Right. Actually, that was lubricated. There was quite a bit of oil that dripped down then. But geez, that is... I don't know whether you can see that or not. It's a bit hard to move this machine. But that is covered in dried up grease. That is going to be... yeah, that is rock solid, that lever there. The roller is rock solid. So let's get cleaning. There's all dried up grease underneath there and through there. So we'll do that. We'll take that off. Is that going to come off? Probably not without taking the No, that won't come out without doing this. That's going to be jammed on there as well, isn't it? Come on. There we go. That's loose. Just about. Oh, that is really gummed up in there. There we go. Yeah, we'll take the sleeve off if it's got one. It's got a sleeve on it. I think it does. Might better get that through. No. There's a bearing or something. There we go. Right. Geez, that is well and truly rubbish in there. That should be silver. So let's clear this off. That would be dragging it alone. A bit of scoring on that. That's better. And you can see the felt in there, and that's supposed to be wet with oil. Then on the bottom you've got the actual bearing, which I'll clean off. I'll do all this properly in the morning. I'll take this out to the garage and put it on the I haven't got the lathe set up. I can put it on the grinder and clean all that off. That is just horrible. Okay. Now, underneath here, we have got a lot of muck. Does that come off easily? No, I might do. There we go. And we can lift our heads away. Oh, geez, that is really solid grease on that. There, on that pivot. Yeah. Okay. So we'll move our meters out the way. That'll come out the way, won't it? No. Put that over there, and is it going to stretch that far? Just about. Yeah, this side gets dirty. The other side of reel-to-reel machines is usually pretty pristine. Right, might just cover the rollers or the rubber. And we'll spray all this. Get all this muck out of it. Still got hiccups. They usually go away after a couple of minutes. This is already moving better. I think I'll get that the other side. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's anything. And it's really solid there. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, this grease is really horrible under here. It's one of the, it's not the worst I've come across, but it's going to actually prevent the machine from actually running at its proper speed and everything. Okay, that's good enough. Now for all this gubbins, especially here, that is really horrible. These were moving okay, but they've just got lumps of grease on them. Don't think this stuff is all that good for plastic, but if I overspray. That's the problem with these machines. This is relatively straightforward and easy to do, and then the machine works perfectly. Because they're so mechanically, don't want to say crude, but simple. And that's much better already. It's the same with turntables. They're fairly straightforward and easy to do as long as there's no broken parts in them. It's just really the grease which is a big problem on these older machines. This one, it looks like it's mostly screws, but some of the machines of other brands, in particular, they're all sort of just pressed in, so you just can't do anything with them, really. And I could take that that C clip out and clean all the grease off of that and do all that sort of thing, but that is not so much a problem with why it's not running smoothly. Let's do this little lever. Right. Wipe all the excess brake cleaner off of it. And start to work on this part. Okay. It doesn't look too bad. Big lump of grease down in there. It's like chewing gum. Lumps of grease on there. I think that's about it for that part of it anyway. Still got the hiccups. I think. Grease off of that one. Bit of brake cleaner on that. Roller. Clear all this off. Wow, yuck. That is horrible. But I'll just put that in the bin. You can see why I go through so many cotton buds. Or Q-tips or baby white, what do they call them? Baby something or others, or beauty tips, or what do they call these ones? Cotton wool tips. Yuck. This one is really filthy, this machine. I'd say this is the one from the deceased estate. I must remember to put that bipolar one cap from earlier next to my wallet. What was it, 47 or something, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm just going to do this very quickly up here, and then just still got to do that, haven't I? Oh, this is really bad. This is, I'm using both ends too. It's I was going to do down here while I remember, wasn't I? Forgot to do under here. Gee, that is bad under there as well. Wow. Let's look at that. Right, so that is good for an initial clean. So that, how much does that actually turn? Any further than there. So it goes up onto here. Yeah. So that's all right. And that's released a bit more grease from underneath here. In fact, that's rock hard, that. Yep. That's all good. Clean this mess up here. Gee, that's terrible. This is just like the oil's never been changed. And I've still got to do all up around here as well. I'll do that in the morning. What fell down? Well, just that. Wow, look at that. That is just pure horrible grease in there. Wow, that is totally... It's a wonder it spun at all, to be honest. These things need to be serviced regularly. I mean, they're not up to the same standards as 3-head machines, but 3-motor machines, I should say. Put some stuff down in there. I think this is pretty much spray petrol. It certainly smells like petrol. Okay, that's clean enough for now. We'll do all that tomorrow. Yeah, that is just horrible grease. Goes back onto there, and yeah, got to do all around here as well. Yeah, that's much better than it was. Now this part is sort of difficult because you can't really get it at it. Although I think I don't want to get it on the belt. Such, more on that roller. Getting it on the belt. There's a break there. And where are the pliers? Yeah, that's a bit easier to move, but still not. It might even be still engaged. Is that, no, that's not going to affect the speed. Control. That is, yeah, it needs to be freed up as well. So take that off. I have to take all these wheels off, I think, and really Yeah, that's going to need that one. Yeah, and that one. Where my big pliers are out in the kitchen. Let's see if I can turn this without breaking it. Why isn't that going? Another lever's underneath here, which that operates on. That is, yeah, it's a bit better. Why isn't this going? There we go. Another lever down underneath there. I've got another washer which has fallen off. Like you noticed that. I think, is that off the... No. Right. That's out of the way now. We can get into there and remove all these lumps of solid grease. Almost done for the initial clean on it. And give that a wipe too, all the dust on that. That's all right. What time is it? Oh, almost 1:15. Yeah, it's not too bad. We'll have to take these idler wheels off tomorrow and clean underneath them and their shafts. Just clean that off a bit. Yeah. Okay. Right, I'm going to give my hands a bit of a clean and then we'll move over to the computer and we'll do our usual summing up. And okay. Back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. Now, move that machine out the way, and we'll come over here. Turn that mic on and these two off. Right. So we'll just go to screen capture and that's up. Yeah. So we'll close that one for now. Yeah, this is sort of the area where I live. I live up, where's the wildlife park? Up here somewhere. So Ballarat Wildlife Park, very big area just nearby, and still got the tiger sign up, even though the I believe the tiger has died a few years ago. We've got Lake Wendouree over here. That's all a nice lake in the middle of town. But it's not very deep, and you can see where the Olympic rowing was done down here in 1956. So this is the rowing channel, and this is sort of an island. It's all marshy and horrible, but it's only probably 10 feet deep at the deepest point. And over here, we had what they call the Millennium Drought in the 2000s. So it didn't rain hardly from 2000 to about 2009. And it was very, very drought. Very, very big drought, I should say. And there was a couple of tractors stuck out here after the rain came, and they were there for about 3 years. Stuck out round about here, I think it was. So every time you drove down into the lake area, yeah. So we've got rowing club, a couple of rowing clubs there, school-based ones. We've got the yacht club here, $20. Yeah. You can see a boat there, and the wake it leaves, because it's all full of reeds. They have to. They've got a couple of little paddle steamer type things where they rotate the front of it, and it sort of mows up all the reeds. It's a very nice hotel there if you were up here. That one. I usually take my friends to the yacht club. There's a big fountain there. Where's the yacht club? You can see there's the water scouts. Yeah, so that's the yacht club. And I don't know whether you can call those yachts. They're reasonably big, and they've got big sails on them, and they're quite spectacular when they're out in the water. So we've got the city oval there. Got a, I think it's a school in there. Yeah, there's a school in there, and then up here we've got Loretto College. Yeah, it's the judges' boxes And that was, yeah, there's the 1956 Ballarat Venue Memorial. Open 24 hours a day. Not surprisingly, given that it's in the middle of nowhere and there's no fences around it. This is the Botanic Gardens. This is the Tram Museum. This must have been taken on a Sunday, this picture. There's a couple of trams there. It's really, really good in there. Really good. Got the Memorial Gardens there. Fish hatchery. They'd stock the fish into there. You can see all the reeds here. We've got McDonald's bandstand. I don't think that is the chain as such. I think it's a person called McDonald. We've got all these beautiful parklands around here. And the zoo, that used to be a zoo there. Obviously, Zoo Drive. That's why it's so open. There's no zoo there anymore. And we've got wetlands up here. That's really nice in there on a hot summer's day. Then we've got Gillies Street campus of the university. Then we've got all these shops down here. We've got the Wendouree station there. And yeah, that's all just industrial up there. There's one of the trains, 6 carriage jobby. They're now running 9 carriages. So this was taken a while ago. This is the sort of older, not very nice area of Ballarat. You've got the Western Freeway there. If you go that direction, over here, you go down to Melbourne. If you go that direction, you go to Adelaide. Yeah, we've got... I think that's a golf course in there. Yeah, Midlands Golf Course. Strange. Oh, they've got a... I can't remember. I don't very often go down that street. But it looks like they've got a bridge there. I know, it's just a track, crossing track. Yeah. I think that is the Botanical Gardens. Yeah, that's the lake there. Doesn't really look like a lake because it's so full of vegetation. That's really interesting up there. Sort of if you're into the geological stuff. Up here is really nice. So if you go up there, it's really steep. That's really steep up there, and you get a really good view right across the countryside for maybe 50 miles in each direction, 100 kilometres. Here's the railway line where it splits off. That goes down to Melbourne, this line, and this line goes down to Geelong. I don't know why they've got that there. Railway services. Yeah, you can just see Mount Warren Heap there. When Ballarat's fairly high up, but it's still, that's probably another couple of hundred meters up. So there's the State Library storage facility. Never knew that was there. It's where they keep old books and things. Got the bird world down there. It's not a very good thing, is it? Then down, where is, there's Buninyong, which has grown substantially. When I moved up here, it was only sort of that area, maybe that area, and since all of this has been built, and all this area down here, and this is the next area where it's going to be sort of done. Up here is Mount Buninyong and Crater Walk, hiking area, yeah. So there's a couple of craters up there. Mount Buninyong. Yeah, so that wasn't what I was planning on showing you. So that is the whole of Ballarat. So that's Magpie down there to Mitchell Park up here. And there's the freeway. And it's sort of slow, well, not slowly, it's rapidly going out that way. My friend's son lives in Lucas. And all of this, so this is all from here right down to here, down here. So this is all the new area. So it's quite substantial. Over here, we've got the gold mine. And actually this must be fairly recent because yeah, they've put all tailing dams in here now. So I would say this is probably January this year. You can see all the trucks. There's the bulldozers and everything like that. Then up here we've got Sovereign Hill, which is basically this area here. Got a friend who lives around this area. There's Magpie Street. So this is all Sovereign Hill. It's Main Street. Sovereign, you can stay in there. Speedwell Street, you know, confectionery factory, Criterion store, the theatre, New York Bakery. I haven't been up here since 1973 or something. Blacksmiths. These, I can't remember whether these were, some of these were specially built, but others were just old buildings which they moved onto the site. So there's another bakery there. We can have a photograph taken. I can't remember what that building is. So I've got a photograph of that from 1973. We've got a post office over here. We've got our main entrance here. Got a hotel there. This is where the horse goes round and round in circles, which is on that little indent, the ABC indent at the beginning of the live stream. So that's where the horse goes round and round. Yeah. There's the overflow car park. So it must have been a fairly popular day. They used to have an open day for local residents, and you get in for free just by showing that you lived in the area with your driver's license. Then there's another overflow car park there. Over here is, I forgot what this is called, but this is privately run, and it's a place where arts and crafts people do things. And there's also a big exhibition space and theatre in there and everything like that. So if I zoom right out, there's Melbourne down there, there's Ballarat. So it's about 100 kilometres. Yeah. So, okay. Right, so this week's this is what our trains used to look like. It came up here. Now, where is... there he is. So, this is a really good channel. He started a little bit after me, although he's got a fair few more subscribers. He's over in Perth, Don. Big shout out to Don over in Perth. We exchange pleasantries quite often, and we exchange bits and pieces quite often. Him being over on the west coast and me being over here. So you might see Dono308 is his handle. Dono308. He often goes into the live streams for Radio Cruncher. And so we'll go to Radio Cruncher and see what he's doing tonight. If we've got anything up yet. So we're doing a Roberts Rick 1. And so we've already got one person waiting. It's on 11 p.m. tonight, East Coast time. Don's got the advantage. He's 2 hours behind, so it'll be 9 o'clock over there in the evening. So it's 9 hours behind. So that'll be 2 o'clock over there. Yeah. So that's all. He's done quite a few more videos than me. So he's done 923. So he's naturally got more subscribers. But this isn't easy doing this. You really have to work hard and do at least one video a week. This is all AI stuff. Yeah. And that's AI too, that one. That's that thumbnail. Yeah, I tried doing a couple of thumbnails just to experiment. I'll see if I've got them. Yeah. So this took quite a bit of coaxing out of one of the AI engines. I mean, it's not too bad, but if you look very closely at the dials, they're all VU meters. There was a couple where there was stupid things on there. So that's not too bad. It's definitely getting 1,000 times better than it was even a year ago. And there's a couple more here. So yeah, this is was it banana something or other from Google? So it doesn't actually, I mean, it's done a pretty good job really of getting the machine right, but this hole in there with the mechanicals, that's not right, because the mechanicals are up here and this reel shouldn't be down here, it should be over there. But that isn't too bad a thumbnail. I don't think it's the right aspect ratio actually. Seems maybe it's 16:9. And yeah, I tried getting a logo out of it. Don't think I like that. Restoration, diagnostics, electronics. Wow. Yeah, they're all sort of one thing, aren't they? Yeah. Okay. So thanks for watching. I'll finish off the National Panasonic 501 reverser track thing when I can take it apart more completely. It looks like a real fiddle to get in behind those springs. I'll take those springs off in the morning or tomorrow or sometime during the week and finish those last two caps, and then we're just waiting on the belts for it. And the other one I'll continue to clean it in the morning. I'll take the flywheel out to the garage and give it a good clean on the outside, and then screw it all back together again and see if that frees up the mechanism, and then I'll assess how it sounds. Just turn this off while I think about it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks very much for watching and tuning in, and all the new subscribers this week as well. It seems to sort of go up in steps. We didn't have any new subscribers last week, and this week we've got 5 again. So thanks to those people for subscribing. And yeah, I'm going to say adios. and have a bit of a snooze for an hour or so. Then I'll watch Graham and hopefully say hello to what have we got? Yeah, hopefully I'll see you on there and you'll say hello and I'll say hello back. So for now, good night.